welcome to today's video. I am super excited about it because I have been thinking a lot about what CrossFit has taught me, not just about CrossFit, but about life. And so in today's In the Open series episode, I decided that I was going to share with you my 10 life lessons that doing CrossFit has taught me. I feel like it's only appropriate because this is like the best portion of being a part of CrossFit, is doing the Open with everybody, being just a really awesome part of the community and sharing the pain and memories with everybody else. As I'm talking about some of this stuff, you guys will see some favorite moments, going over some B-roll footage as I'm talking. So I'm really excited to share it with you guys, and I hope you enjoy.
Make it dance.
So life lesson number one that I've learned from CrossFit is that you can't expect every day to be a good day. And that's just kind of part of being realistic. When it comes to the gym, you can't expect to be hitting PRs every single day. You can't expect every single training session to feel awesome. And you kind of just have to roll with it and learn how to take that training session, or if you're applying it to life, to take that day that was kind of shitty and learn from it and just gain some positive knowledge from that day. So you kind of have to find different things to celebrate, whether that's not a PR, maybe it's just that you feel more confident in the gym that day, or you recognize something in your daily life that you don't typically recognize. So I think not having good days in the gym can also make you appreciative of other types of things that you wouldn't normally be appreciative of. Number two, you are your biggest competition and you are your biggest motivation. You should only be concerning yourself with what you're doing in the gym and how to be better than you were yesterday, not necessarily what somebody else is doing, how to beat somebody else, or if someone else is better than you. And that goes for life too. And I know a lot of times on social media, it's easy to compare ourselves to somebody else. And there's some quote that I've seen floating around on Instagram that's like, don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 12. And that's a really good analogy because we're all on a different journey through CrossFit, through life. And so you just have to realize that you're living your own life. So you should only be concerning yourself with what you're doing, your progress, and how to better yourself instead of comparing yourself to somebody else. So number 3 is one of my favorite things. What the hell is an ego? CrossFit kind of forces you to check your ego at the door because there's always going to be something that you suck at. There's always going to be room for improvement, and there's always going to be something that someone else is kind of doing better than you. And so I know obviously I just said number 2 that you want to focus on yourself, but that also kind of makes you realize like where you are in your journey. You're never going to be the best at everything. You're never going to know everything. And that's also a great life lesson because you don't want to be one of those people that is just constantly talking about what they know and how good they are. And you want to be someone that's like a sponge, absorbing as much knowledge as you can, as much life experience, as much experience in the gym, and just kind of applying that to be a better person if you're talking about life lessons, and then applying that to your training so you can have a better day the next day. One of the things that I absolutely love about CrossFit gyms is that there is no mirrors. And you know, when you go into a traditional bodybuilding gym or something like that, surrounded with mirrors, and I think that's a lot of the times what people get gym intimidation from. They're afraid people are looking at them. They can see other people's eyes looking at them when they're looking in the mirror. And when you go to CrossFit, you will never see mirrors anywhere in that gym. So it's just you and your strength, and your ego is at the door. Life lesson number 4 is to embrace failure. I think that a lot of times we get caught up in wanting to be the best or wanting to constantly do better, and we look at failure as such a negative thing. But part of CrossFit and part of weightlifting and part of life is embracing that failure. You know, when it comes to weightlifting meets, I've had meets where I've bombed out on the snatch and did absolutely horrible. I wanted to cry and give up weightlifting, but it taught me a lot about myself as an athlete during those meets and what I needed to do to be better. And when you have a mess up, when you make a mistake in life, when you do something wrong, it's important to not just like look at it as like, oh, that's the worst thing I ever did and we're just gonna forget about that. You want to take a life lesson from that and think, okay, what can I do better for next time? How did that change me as a person? What did I learn? And so instead of looking at failure as a negative thing, we just want to look at it as something that we can grow from as a person. Number 5 is dedication. CrossFit has taught me so much dedication, from the gym to nutrition to recovery, and I think that that's applied a lot throughout the rest of my life as well. When it comes to school, I'm really dedicated to getting my work done and making sure that I set a specific amount of time for what I need to do, when I need to do it, and I don't make any excuses, I just get it done. Something that a lot of people ask me all the time is like, how do you have the motivation to eat so well all the time? And how do you have motivation to go to the gym? And things like that. And when I had my Monday and Wednesday classes at 8 a.m. and sometimes I would work at 12. So my only time to go to the gym would be from 5:30 to 7 a.m. And I don't like to do that. The motivation is definitely not there, and I think that that's something that CrossFit has taught me as well. Motivation is not gonna always be there. You can be super motivated one day and super unmotivated the following day, but the only thing that's gonna keep you consistent and keep you going is gonna be dedication. Just practicing that discipline of getting up and doing it even when the motivation isn't there. Number 6 is the power of teamwork and the people that you surround yourself with. When it comes to motivation, I think a huge help is obviously having people that you care about, having people that you can surround yourself with similar passions, and that just make you feel happy to be around and feel excited to train with at the gym or to have that support group. It's really difficult, I find, for people who don't have a lot of family members that support them if they're living with somebody that doesn't necessarily agree with their lifestyle, or they just don't have that strong support group. That's really tough to continue to do what you want to do when everybody else is kind of shutting you down. So finding that group, finding that support system is really amazing. And also, you know, you are who you surround yourself with, whether you believe that or not. And so if you're around a bunch of negativity and drama and people who are unhealthy in more ways than one, you know, outside of the gym, that's gonna reflect on you, and you're gonna start to adapt to that type of lifestyle. Whereas when it comes to CrossFit or eating healthy or whatever, you're surrounding yourself with people who have similar goals, who have, you know, the same mindset, who enjoy doing the same things you do. So you're gonna wanna be surrounded by those people that help lift you up. And that's also a huge part of the CrossFit community. No matter where you go, everyone is always ready to embrace the suck with you. Everyone's always so supportive. No matter if you're finishing first in the workout or dead last, you're always gonna have people cheering you on. Even if you're a stranger, when you go into a random CrossFit gym, I've dropped in at different gyms across the country, and no matter where you go, the coaches, the community will always be cheering you on. And I just think that's such an important quality of gyms that most other gyms don't have. Number 7 is limitations. Limitations can often be made up in your mind, and this is something that I've dealt with my whole life, not necessarily just with CrossFit, but I used to have a really bad habit of negative self-talk and telling myself, I can't do this, whatever, not just in the gym, but in life. And I think something that CrossFit has taught me is to, as funny as it sounds, fake it till you make it, but you tell yourself, hell yeah, I can do that. Hell yeah, I'm strong enough to do that. And that type of positive self-talk starts to trickle over into other areas of your life. And you're afraid of doing something, you know, whatever the situation may be in your actual life, you've been practicing saying, I can do this, I am strong enough for so long, that now you feel more confident saying it in other areas of your life as well. And I just think that's so important. Instead of constantly being a negative voice to yourself, you want to talk yourself up just as you would want someone else to talk to you. Just having that positive self-love, I think overall, whether it's, you know, related to fitness or not, is so important for your mental health. And like I talked about numerous times in other videos, having a full 360 of mental health, physical health, you know, emotional health, all that stuff is going to add up together to make the best version of you that you could possibly be. Number 8 is also one of my favorites, is it's okay to ask for help. And when you're relating this to the gym, a lot of newbies don't like to ask people because they feel stupid or they don't want to look like they don't know how to do something. And again, something that I personally feel in CrossFit is that everybody is so willing to help. Whether it's a coach or another member, you can always ask somebody like, I don't understand how to do this, can you please help me? And I guarantee you they're gonna be more than happy to help you. I personally love when members ask me for help. I love working one-on-one with people, and so I feel like that also can make me more confident to ask for help outside of the gym. And this can be related to your mental health, this can be related to something at work, a physical project, whatever the case may be. You don't have to know everything, and it's okay to ask somebody for help. And that's something that I've learned through CrossFit, is that it's okay to be weak and it's okay to not know something and reach out to somebody who may know more than you. Number 9 is to laugh at yourself. Don't forget to enjoy what you're doing, be goofy, have fun. Not everything in life has to be so super serious, and it's okay to laugh at yourself and, be silly and mess around. And especially in this open, it's very easy to get super caught up in competition and the intensity and wanting to be the best and wanting to get a better score. And that's fine, but at the end of the day, it's all for fun, and training should be fun. Your life should be fun. You don't want to be a miserable grump all the time. And nobody likes to be around people like that. When you're a bright ball of energy, it's way more enjoyable for not only yourself, but the people that are around you as well. And lastly, number 10 life lesson that I've learned is it's okay to take a break. And this, I feel, is so important for your mental health, not just your physical health, but it can be applied in both areas. When it comes to your mental health, sometimes you get burnt out, especially during something like the Open, when we are going at that intensity for 5 weeks straight. It can be mentally draining. It's physically draining. It's just all around like, I'm freaking tired. My body hurts today. Like, I feel like crap. And I think there's a time and place for being able to take a step back and saying like, I need a break, I need a rest, whether that's from tracking macros. Hey, I need to stop tracking macros. I'm getting way too mentally, psycho about it. Or I need to take an extra day off from training because I feel beat to shit. Like, there's a time and place to know when to listen to your body and say, yo, I need a break. I think that's important in life as well too. Sometimes, with everyday things, you work a 9 to 5, you have kids, you have a family, you have relationships, you have jobs to manage, you have things to do. And sometimes you need to take time for you. You need to realize oh, I need to take a break. And obviously if you have kids, there's never a time to take a break. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I just mean mentally, it's okay to take a step back and try to figure out okay, maybe I don't need to do this today. Let me just take even an hour to go get my nails done or get a massage or something that makes me feel good. And that can have a huge positive impact on your mental health as well. So that is my top 10 life lessons that I have learned from CrossFit. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and maybe learned something. Maybe you've been dabbling with the idea of doing CrossFit and this whole In the Open series has just been kind of on your mind. You're thinking about it, and now this hopefully just sealed the deal. So I hope that you guys are enjoying the series so far. I'm having so much fun filming it, and if you do have any recommendations or things that you personally want to see throughout this In the Open series, leave them in the comments below. I love reading your guys' suggestions. And I'm going to wrap up this video, so I will see you guys in the next episode of the In the Open series. I love you so much, and thank you for watching.